Day 6 of Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial centered on the prosecution's bid to access her bank, tax, and anti-money laundering records. Now, for the latest developments, we now go live to mobile journalist Merimon Reyes. Merimon, ano yung naging desisyon ng impeachment court?
Denise, while nagbigay ng isang oras, more than an hour, itong senator judges para sa kanilang focus na pagdesisyonan nila na dahil kailangan pa raw ng time to study yung memoranda na binigay ng prosecution and defense regarding these hopefully subpoena documents from both the BIR and from the AMLAC or Anti-Money Laundering Council, na pagdesisyonan nila na sa Monday na raw ito pag-uusapan pa at doon na lang nila pagdesisyonan, opposite of what was the supposed plan for this day, na pagkatapos ng focus nila maibibigay na ruling ang impeachment court. If not, a debate will take place and then later on magkakaroon ng ruling. Ang sabi pa rin ni Presiding Officer Senator Chis Escudero, same pa rin naman ang mangyayari next week. If ever man na may questioning ang mga senator judges dito sa prosecution or sa defense, they have 10 minutes per senator. And for each side ng questioning sa prosec at defense, not exceeding an hour. So ang mangyayari, nausog. So instead of Monday being allotted for a presentation of another witness, which is NBI Director Melvin Matibag, mauusog na siya ng Tuesday. And according to House Prosecution, lead prosecutor, Congresswoman Jervy Luistro, itong si Director Matibag na ang huling ipepresenta nilang witness para dito sa Article of Impeachment 4, patungkol nga dito sa alleged grave threats na binitawan ni VP Sara Duterte. On Wednesday, move forward na sila sa susunod na Article of Impeachment. Ito na yung patungkol sa alleged misuse ng public funds o yung confidential funds. Denise.
Okay, Merimon, kanina nadinig natin yung oral arguments kung saan nag-back and forth itong si Representative Chel Diokno, pati na rin ang si Attorney Michael Poa. What were the main points raised by both camps?
Denise, from the side of the prosecution, itong sinabi ni Congressman and the prosecutor, Chel Diokno, the impeachment court has the extraordinary, the sole and exclusive constitutional power to decide kung ano raw ebidensya ang admissible sa isang impeachment trial. Yung bank secrecy law rin na sinasabi allows disclosure in impeachment cases, and also yung confidentiality na sinasabi dito sa Anti-Money Laundering Council. Yung provisions nito were intended to prevent leaks of records and not to restrict the impeachment court. Confidentiality, according to Chel Diokno, should not prevent the discovery of the truth. Ang sabi rin yung AMLAC reports din, it shows significant increase kasi sa financial transactions ni VP Sara Duterte beginning 2007. Nung hindi pa siya VP, nung Vice Mayor pa siya ng Davao City hanggang sa Mayor siya ng Davao City. And these financial records are directly related to her fitness or unfitness to remain in office. So ang sinasabi dito, nakikita yung possible imagery ng betrayal of public trust, and to see itong records ni VP Sara kahit beyond her years as VP, ito yung magpapakita ng imagery kung fit or unfit na ba siya to proceed with her position in public office. Ang sinasabi naman ni Attorney Michael Poa from the defense, more on the due process side naman ito. The issue now is not whether the court has the subpoena power, but whether it can be exercised consistently with due process. Kasi on due process, it applies to all stages of the impeachment. Documents must be specifically identified, requested evidence must be directly related to the issues in the case. Ang binalikan niya dito, yung case sa House of Representatives against VP Sara Duterte, wherein the prosecution filed accusations without supporting financial evidence. Impeachable offenses, according to POA, must occur while holding an impeachable office. Kaya ang nilalaban nila dito, yung gustong silipin na records nung hindi pa VP itong si Sara, hindi na rin daw yan pasok sa usapin na ito. The defense also acknowledges that impeachment is an exemption under the bank secrecy law. However, it is not automatic. Due process requirements must still be met, and the articles of impeachment do not identify specific bank accounts or transactions. And then after nun, nagkaroon lang ng ilang rebuttals na same din naman yung iniikutan nila, and then the focus of the senator judges. Denise.
Okay, so itong ruling na inaabangan ng lahat, how could this affect the unexplained wealth allegations laban dito sa Vice Presidente?
Denise, yung tungkol kasi dito, kapag ka pinayagan ng impeachment court na ipapasabpina, ito kasi yung mga pinapa-request nila. Tax records, bank transactions, any other financial records from both the BIR and the Anti-Money Laundering Council dito kay VP Sara Duterte and kanyang spouse na si Attorney Manscarpio. So dito ngayon lalabas yung gusto nilang ipasok doon sa article of impeachment patungkol sa unexplained wealth and yung kumbaga hindi kompleto na SAL-N declaration ng bise. So kung sakaling masilip nila ang mga ito yung sinasabi ng prosecution na makikita yung bigger picture kung maayos ba yung cash inflows and outflows ng bise. Does it really have to do with her businesses or does it have to do with her being holding public office positions or kung hindi naman, edi okay. Kasi yun yung nice silipin ng prosecution. Pero ang sinasabi naman kasi ng defense dito, we have the bank secrecy law and kailangan may due process dyan. Plus, hindi basta-bastang pwedeng silipin ito. Ang sinasabi nga ni Attorney Powa, ang impeachment daw, hindi raw siya magic wand na kapag winagayway mo siya, yung illegal magiging legal and yung pwede, hindi pwede, magiging pwede. So, yun nga lang, hindi siya napagdesisyonan ngayon. So, wala mo na ipapasabina. That includes yung green BIR box na selyado pa rin hanggang ngayon. Denise.
Okay, Mary Mon, another thing that we heard earlier was that the prosecution is now dropping several witnesses that they initially planned on presenting. Sino-sino nga ulit ang mga to at talagang naging klaro ba sila sa kanilang dahilan behind that?
Denise, neto lately kasi nung pagbabalik after ng caucus and then i-announce sa Senator Judges sa Monday na lang siya pagdesisyonan. Ito naman si lead prosecutor Luis Tro ang sinabi, yung hindi na raw kasama yung ilang mga witnesses for this specific article of impeachment, yung alleged grave threats. Kabilang na dyan, itong PNP Firearms and Explosives Office Representative, yung ilang members ng media na present doon sa online press briefing, yung itong si Sheriff Abby Andres, na witness naman siya, hopefully dapat talaga magka-testify sa 2011 incident ng violence allegedly committed by VP Sara, a family member of a victim of threats and a psychiatrist to testify on the respondent's state of mind. Malinaw naman na raw ito so far sa mga nakuha nilang testimony sa kanila NBI agent John Mark Calilong, dito kay Attorney Jeremy Lotoc, NBI Regional Director. Kaya ang pinakauli na lang for this article of impeachment na ipepresenta nila, si NBI Director Melvin Matibag. And then after niya, Tuesday kasi si Matibag, Wednesday start na sila sa susunod na article of impeachment. Ito na yung tungkol doon sa misuse of public funds or confidential funds. At ang ipapatawag na nila dito ay nagpapa-issue na sila ng subpoena para sa following witnesses. Una, si Marivic Pareha ng Legislative Archives ng House of Representatives at 2 Land Bank employees. Kabilang na rin dito ang 2 branch managers na si Violeta Constantino na former manager ng Land Bank Shaw Branch, pati si Nenita Camposano, former manager din ng Land Bank DepEd Branch. So yun na yung schedule for next week.
All right, thank you for that update. Again, that was mobile journalist Mary Mon Reyes.